days after a massive property tax relief bill unveiled at the state capitol, its fate is already in question.
A state commission charged with producing long-term relief is meeting at this hour at the Capitol. Your political reporter Sean Boyd joins us now.
And Sean, didn't the commission come up with a lot of ideas in the bill?
Yeah, this bill was the product of 4 months of meetings by this very commission, which is made up of state and local leaders. Now, as they meet for the last time after the 83-page bill was drafted and with less than 2 weeks to go in the legislative session, they're considering a major rewrite of the measure. Some members of the commission now want a cap on property tax revenue. As I reported earlier this week, the current bill draft allows homeowners to exempt 10% of their home's value, or $75,000, from taxation and defer any increases in property taxes until they sell their homes. It also lowers the commercial assessment rate to 25.5% over 5 years. It would fully backfill education and partially backfill special districts like fire, but other local governments would get no backfill after 3 years. Some commissioners now say a better plan would be to simply cap growth in property tax revenue at 6% for all local governments with no backfill.
I think that this idea of applying some sort of reasonable cap as in lieu of deep cuts that require some sort of backfill is a pretty reasonable concept to explore for us, where, it means that we will not be imposing from the state level deeper cuts onto the local governments moving into the future, but we will put in place a growth cap that constrains that future growth.
One of the big downsides of caps is they don't adjust for inflation. So if you have a high inflation year, you suddenly get divergence between how much is assessed value and how much is actual value. That's been a huge problem in California, and I want to make sure Colorado doesn't repeat that mistake.
In addition to the cap, the state would extend the tax relief in effect this year into next year. But state economists say that would mean a reduction of more than $1 billion in property taxes for local governments. And the chair of the commission, Senator Chris Hansen, says the state only has about $350 to $400 million to backfill the lost revenue. So he says schools would take a hit. The bottom line, no matter what plan this commission ultimately comes up with and the legislature ultimately adopts, there are going to be winners and losers. There's going to be trade-offs here. And there are just a week and a half, 2 weeks left in this legislative session. So time's running out here.
Yeah, it is. All right. Sean, thank you so much.
Bronco